Good afternoon to all. Today I have recorded a video on the topic partnership. Though we have covered the basic or fundamental of partnership, now today we will discuss about the admission of partners. So directly I'll go to the admission of partners. In this lecture we will learn revaluation account and memorandum revaluation account. At the time of admission of partner, we need to concentrate, we need to pay our attention for these points. That is calculation of new profit sharing ratio, revaluation of assets and liabilities, treatment of premium and goodwill, adjustment of undistributed profit and losses, adjustment of capitals in order to bring this in proportion to the profit sharing ratio. In our class we have completed calculation of new profit sharing ratio. We have learned the techniques how to calculate gaining ratio and sacrificing ratio. We have learned how to treat our goodwill. We have discussed about the method of goodwill and that three method we have already discussed. Today we will discuss how to reevaluate the assets and liabilities, and for this reason we will use two methods. One is revaluation accounting method and another one is memorandum method. So first I will focus on revaluation accounting method. It is in the interest of all partners that revaluation of assets and liabilities is done at the time of admission of a partner. When new partner is admitted into a business, it is natural, it is common that he should not be benefited from any appreciation in the value of assets which has taken place or not. He should suffer because of any depreciation in the value of assets. And the same thing should be for the liabilities as well. Therefore, assets and liabilities are revalued at the time of admission of a new partner, and the changes in the value of assets and liabilities are recorded in revaluation account, and that is also known as profit and loss adjustment account. And whatever profit or losses arises from such revaluation should be credited or debited to the old partner's capital account in their profit sharing ratio. So how to record? These are the journal entries for revaluation account is given. You can see in this when any assets are increasing, at the time of increase of assets you have to debit the assets. In a simple way you can say that when your assets will increase, always it is debited. In the similar way, when your asset decrease, it is credited. You can see point number 1, assets account debit to revaluation account. When it will happen? When your asset will increase, and when your asset will decrease, you have to reverse the entry, that is revaluation account debit to asset account. The same way you have to do for the liabilities. When your liabilities will increase, always it is credited, and when your liability decrease, always debited. See the point number 3. For any increases in the value of liabilities, revaluation account debit to liabilities account, or any decrease in the value of liabilities, you can see liabilities account debit to revaluation account. Hereafter, after the increasing and decreasing of assets and liabilities, there will be a profit or loss. So in case of profit, revaluation account debit to old partner's capital account, or in case of loss, you have to debit this loss, revaluation old partner's capital account debit to revaluation account. So these are the journal entries you have to prepare. I have a problem for you, that in it we will discuss this problem, how to prepare revaluation account with the help of this question. You can see this question easily. See, there are two partners, A and B. Are partners sharing profit equal proportion, means 1:1:1. Following is the balance sheet of the firm as on 31st December 2018. Liability side, creditors, salary outstanding, A's capital and B's capital given. Asset side, cash in hand, cash at bank, sundry debtors. Then they have less provision for doubtful debt, bills receivable, stock, investment, furniture, building is given. See the instruction what they are telling. Before C joins the firm as a partner, it was found that the provision for doubtful debt be raised to 6,500. You can see in the question it was earlier 4,000. Now they have increased this doubtful debt, and it has become now 6,500. And the furniture to be valued at rupees 4,500. You can see earlier it was 5,000. Now it has been decreases. The value of the building has been mutually arrived at rupees 45,000. Earlier it was 37,000. In the question it is given. Now it has become 45,000. Means the value of the building has already increases of with rupees 8,000. See the differences between 45,000 to 37,000. Then personal investment of A worth rupees 4,300 be treated as a firm's investment. Okay. Earlier a partner A was having 4,300 investment. Now it has been taken over by the firm, and now it will be treated as the firm's investment. Okay. A claim of 1,200 by an ex-employee has been admitted, and the same be provided. So this is the question, and now you have to pass journal entries and prepare revaluation account and balance sheet after giving effect to the above. See, in this question, 3 things you have to do. One is you have to pass the journal entries. Already I have given you the journal entries what to do. I have told you when your assets will increase, you have to debit the assets. When your asset will decrease, you have to credit the asset. That's a very simple. And in case of liabilities, when your liabilities will increase, you have to credit, and when your liabilities will decrease, you have to debit. Very simple, you can do. And whatever the differences will come, if suppose your profit is there, then you have to credit. If your losses are there, then you have to debit that losses among the old partners, not new. Don't include new partners, okay, in this case. So let's come to the journal entries. See, this is the journal entries that I have prepared for you. While you go to the question, you will find that these are this provision for doubtful debt. This is it has been increased by 2,500, and it's a liability. Furniture account and provision for claim of ex-employee. 3 things are increasing. See, I'll go to back this question. You can see here doubtful debt is 6,500. Earlier it was 4,000, but now it has been increased by 6,000, 2,500. So see, this 2,500, your liability is decreasing, right? Sorry, increasing. So in this case, what you will do, you have to debit it. Furniture is your asset. Asset means value, furniture to be valued at rupees 4,500. Earlier it was 5,000 rupees. Now it has decreases, means that 500 rupees you have to credit. When your asset decreasing, means you have to credit. Okay. The value of building is increasing, so in this case you will in the case of increasing, you have to debit it. And personal investment, so come to this, first we will focus on the credit portion. Three parts are there: doubtful debt, furniture, and one more thing you can find it, that ex-employee. This is also your liability increases, so you have to credit it. So at the time of credit, you will do revaluation account debit to doubtful debt, to furniture, and to revaluation account to ex-employee. Okay. See, provision for claim of ex-employee. See, you are going to prepare revaluation account, so you have done revaluation account debit to provision for doubtful debt, furniture, and provision for claim of ex-employee. When you can see here, being the depreciation of assets and provision for liabilities, when your provision will increase, you have to credit it. Okay, is it clear? And all the amount 4,200. Your doubtful debt increases by 2,500, furniture decreases by 500, and provision they have claim for 1,200 for ex-employee. So you will club it together and you will find 4,200 is your, it will transfer to the revaluation account. Second one, it is given that building account debit to revaluation account. Building is your asset, and when your asset increase, you debit it. You can see in the question that here it is given building balance sheet 37,000, but in the information it is given 45,000, means your building has increases by 8,000 rupees. So that's why here your asset will be debit, building account debit to revaluation account, and being appreciation in the value of building. Third entry is for the differences. Already we have recorded the entry for increasing or decreasing of assets, increasing or decreasing of liabilities. Now for the revaluation account, and this is for the transfer of profit and losses. So when you subtract this, you can see here this 8,000 rupees. When you subtract this 8,000, when you subtract this 4,200 from 8,000, you will find the difference of 3,800. So this is your profit, and this profit will be distributed among the old partners in their equal ratio. Means why it is equal? Because it is given in the question. You can see here that they are sharing profit in the equal proportion. So you have to distribute this profit equally among two. Okay. So A's capital account 1,900, B's capital account 1,900. Last entry you can see here that it is given investment account debit to A's capital account. Why it is so? Because this investment here, investment is your asset, okay, and it is debited, means it is increasing. How it is increasing? Come to the question, we will see it here. It is given in the information line, third line, you see personal investment of A worth rupees 4,300 be treated as a firm's investment. Means now firm has taken over this, means the investment of the firm has increased by 4,300. Okay, so we will put the journal entries. Investment account debit to A's capital account. Here there is no role of revaluation account, because this is the personal A's capital, so that's why it will not come in the revaluation, being the investment of A taken by the firm. Okay, now the firm has taken this is the new one, so investment asset is increasing and the A's capital partners, it will transfer. Okay, so this will be the journal entries for this question. Come to the revaluation account. See this revaluation account, it is very simple. If you understand the journal entries, that will be easy. you can find. You have to, in the similar way, you have to transfer this journal entry into the ledger account. Here revaluation is your ledger account. See, revaluation account debit to provision for doubtful debt, furniture, and provision for claim of ex employee. All these three will come in the debit side. To provision for doubtful debt, to furniture, to provision for claim of ex employee, you can see here. Okay, then go back. Another entry, next entry is all about the building to revaluation account. Here revaluation is credit, so building will also transfer to the credit side. See here, by building account 8,000 rupees, and you will find the differences, the same differences 3,800, and that will be distributed among the partners, old partner, as per their old profit sharing ratio. Okay, we have completed this revaluation account. This is the revaluation account. Then we have to prepare the opening balance of balance sheet and updated balances, upgraded balances. You can see earlier it was there, it is given that on 31st December 2018 this was the balance sheet. Now it will be upgraded. See what are the changes will come. See here, cash in hand is given, cash in hand 2,000 rupees. In the balance sheet again the cash in hand there will be the same. Then go to back, cash at bank 10,000 rupees. Here also cash at bank will be 10,000 rupees. Then go back, sundry debtor 42,000 rupees. Again your sundry debtor will be 42,000 rupees. Go back, less provision for doubtful debt 4,000 rupees. Earlier it was given, but as per the instruction 2,500 also increases. So now we will include this 2,500, and total it will become 6,500. You can see now you have to subtract, you have to less the doubtful debt, provision for doubtful debt 6,500, and ultimately the balance will be for the sundry debtors will be 35,500. okay, remaining thing will be same, like not same, remaining like bills receivable, stock, because there is no as such instruction like that, so you will keep the same value. Bills receivable and stock 17,000 and 20,000. Bills receivable and stock 17,000 and 20,000. Then investment 20,000 it is given. For this 20,000, and the information it is given that personal investment of A worth rupees 4,300 is treated by the firm's investment, means this investment is also increasing 20,000 plus 4,300. So you have to write this investment, total investment will become 20,000 plus 4,300 will become 24,300. Then go back, furniture, in the balance sheet it is given 5,000, and in the information it is given that it has been decreases by 500, so now your furniture will be 4,500. Building, for building it is said that earlier it was 37,000 in your balance sheet, now it is the value of the building has become 45,000, and there is a differences of 8,000 rupees. So the latest one you will write here 45,000. okay, go to the liability side. On liability side, same, there is no changes in the sundry creditors. Earlier it was 40,000, again it will be 40,000, there is no changes. Outstanding salaries, no changes. Earlier it was 14,000, again it will be 14,000, there is no changes. Then provision for claim of ex employee is given. Here you can see in the information it is given, one of the ex employee, he has claimed for the provision, and for that reason we have to write this 1,200 you have to provide. So that's why you have taken provision for claim of ex employee. Now the capitals of A and B. Earlier capital of A was 50,000 and B was 45,000 rupees. Go back and check it. 50,000, 45,000. Now you can see here 56,200 and 46,900. How it come? See, A, what happened? There was a investment, personal investment of, now it has been taken over by the company, 4,300. So that amount will be included in the capital of A account. So 50,000 plus 4,300 will become 54,300. Then you can see to the revaluation account there is a profit of 1,900 to A and 1,900 to B. So that will also be included. 43,300 plus 1,900 will become 56,200 for A, and for B 45,000 plus 1,900 will become 46,900. So that is the revaluation account. Under the revaluation account you need to create journal entries, then ledger of revaluation account, and then balance sheet, updated balance sheet or opening balance of balance sheet as on 1st January 2019. This topic you have completed. Come to the memorandum revaluation account. Already I have written this thing. memorandum revaluation account, sometimes what happened, the partners may agree that the value of assets and liabilities should not be altered, and in such cases, if it is in a case of increasing or decreasing of any assets or liabilities, what happened, they record in the memorandum revaluation account, but there is no corresponding entry made in the assets and liabilities. The balance of memorandum revaluation account transferred to the old partners. See what in this case, this is name will be memorandum revaluation account. First portion will be similar to the revaluation account. There will not be any changes. The same way you have to do. And again, in this you have to reverse. After completing, you have to reverse all the entries, and after that, at last there will be a small changes. What is the changes? In the revaluation account, only old partner share their profit and losses. In the memorandum revaluation account, you have to include the new partner as well. So in this topic, in this method, memorandum revaluation account, two entries, see, remaining entries will be same, there is no changes, but in case of old partners account, memorandum revaluation account, you have to transfer the capital. The entries will be as given below. Old partners capital account to memorandum revaluation account, being loss on revaluation transfer to the old partner. Instead of revaluation account, you will write memorandum revaluation account, and nothing will change. And in case of then you have to see this entry. You can see here this entry already. I take any pen. I take. See this entry, memorandum revaluation account, old partners to memorandum revaluation account in case of loss. Okay, this entry you also recorded in the case of revaluation account, but here also you have to do the same, but one more entry will be added. What will be that? See, memorandum revaluation account debit to all partners including new partners. Okay, that thing you have to do. That will reverse, but here earlier it was among the two partners. In the next one it will be in the new partner also. So this is the changes. This entry is for the losses, and the same way you have to reverse the entry for the profit as well. Okay, it may be noted that the value of assets and liabilities will not change. They will be recorded at the old value in the balance sheet of the firm and after the reconstitution. However, balance of cash account and old partners capital account will change. Let's see how it will change. We have a question. See, this is the problem number 2. A and B share profit in the proportion of 3:4 and 1:4. Their balance sheet on 31st December 2018 was as follows. Sundry creditors is given, capital is given, cash at bank, bills receivable, debtors, stock, land and building, fixtures. On 1st January 2009, C was admitted and into the partnership on the following terms. What are the terms? We will see. That C pays, number 1, see, that C pays rupees 10,000 as its capital for a fifth share. Fifth share means 1/5. Okay, that stock and fixtures be reduced by 10% and 5% provision for doubtful debts be created on sundry debtors. Means stock and fixtures will be reduced by 10% and okay, 5% provision for doubtful debts you have to create for the sundry debtors. That the next third point is given, that the value of land and building be appreciated by 20%. Okay, and that fourth point is that a liability for 500 be created against the bills discontinued. Okay, then that the values of liabilities and assets and other cash are not to be altered. Remaining that you need not to alter. You have to prepare memorandum revaluation account, capital account and opening balance sheet of firm as newly constituted. 3 account here there is it is not given for the journal entry, so we will not focus on that. Already the same way you have to create, you can do it. I'm directly going to create the ledger for memorandum revaluation account, capital account and opening balance sheet of a firm as a newly constituted. Let's see. See here 3 account is there. Memorandum revaluation account, you can see capital account and balance sheet of Mr. A, B and C as on 1st January 2019. Let's see what are the changes are there. You can see here I told you in case of decrease in assets or increase in liabilities, you have to credit it. So the same thing we have done here. What are the changes are there? Go back to the question. It is given कि the C pays rupees 10,000 as his capital for the fifth share. Okay, let it be here, there is no need to change. The stock and fixtures to be reduced by 10% and 5% provision for doubtful and doubtful debts be created on Sunday debtors. So second point we will focus first. Stock and fixtures, both are assets and both are decreasing. Okay, and debtors are the provision and that is increasing. So all these three item will come in the debit side. Go to this. See, decrease in assets are decreasing. Stock 10%, total amount given 20,000, 10% of 20,000 will become 2,000. Fixtures given 100, amount is given total in the balance sheet 1,000 rupees, so 10% of 1,000 rupees will become 100. And the third one, provision for doubtful debt, it is given 5% given, and total doubtful debt means Sunday debtor is total 16,000. You can see here 16,000. Okay, debtor 16,000 is given. So 5% will be 800. Okay, and one more thing, it is given contingent liabilities. See, go back and see. Point number 2 we have covered. Stock and fixtures reduced 10% and 5% we have written there in the debit side, and 5% also we have written. And point number 3 is given that the value of land and building be appreciated by 20%. Appreciation means increase, and land and building is your assets. When your asset will increase, it will automatically credit. So revaluation account debit to building account. So now what you have to do, by building account 20%, land and building given 25,000 rupees, 20% of 25,000 rupees will become 5,000 rupees. Okay, that's why I have credited here. Okay, go back. That fourth point is given that a liability for 500 be created against the bill discounted. This is the contingent liability. This is the liability, and liability is increasing. In case of liability increasing, you have to credit it. Revaluation account debit to contingent liability means that when you create your memorandum revaluation account, it will become contingent liability will come in the debit side with rupees 500. Okay, we have completed this. Now in the credit side, total amount is 5,000 rupees. In the debit side, total amount is 2,100, 2,009, 3,400 rupees. So total differences is 1,600. Now you have to distribute this profit among old partner only. Okay, the same way, revaluation and memorandum revaluation, first part is same, there is no changes. Only in the memorandum revaluation account, one addition you have to do, that is you have to reverse the entry and you have to distribute, you have to share this profit and losses into new partner. You have to include the new partner. See, go back. Profit sharing ratio 3:4 and 1:4 is given. So you have to distribute this total 6,600 amount into two partners, A and B. The ratio will be 3/4 and 1/4. 3/4 of rupees 1,600 will become 1,200, and 1/4 of rupees 1,600 will become 400. Okay. See, go to the complete and close the memorandum revaluation account. Now I told you have to reverse the entry. How you will reverse? By reverse of entry, you can see here by reverse of entry for decrease in asset and increase in liabilities. Where it is written decrease in asset and increase in liabilities? This side. I have clubbed all these 3,400. How it happened? Stock, you can club all this stock, fixture, provision for doubtful debt and contingency all together. You can write total like 3,400, or separately you can write. It's up to you. Okay, I have added all, so you can if you want to write for your understanding, you can write separately like stock, furniture, provision for doubtful debt and contingent liabilities, like that. Okay, and then capital of, okay, whatever the reference, so leave it, come to the credit side. We have completed this, come to the credit side. Here one entry is there, you have to reverse this one also. Reverse of entry for increase in value of assets, like 5,000 rupees given, so you have to write here 5,000 rupees. Okay, again you find the differences. Here you will see the differences will, the same differences will be there, but these differences this time will be distributed among the three partner A, B and C, but the ratio is not given. This is the A and B, A, B and C is given here. The ratio, new profit sharing ratio, but it is not given in the question. Only it is given that C is admitting in the business for 1/5 portion, means 1/5 ratio will be there. So first we will calculate, see how to calculate, hereafter we will come back. Partner sharing profit ratio, A partner's old ratio is given 3/4, B is given 1/4 and C is coming for 1/5, new ratio. Let's assume that total profit is 1. New partner C will share profit 1:5. Remaining profit, for remaining profit you have to subtract this 1/5, that is from 1 minus 1/5, okay, 1/5, and it will come, remaining will be 4/5. Okay, then old partner sharing profit in the ratio of 4/5 as per their old ratio. How much profit? 4/5, because 1/5 has been already taken by new partner, that is C. The remaining will be 4/5, that will be distributed among them. Let's see how you will distribute. Old ratio it is given. You can see here that partners old ratio calculation and new ratio is given. C, A, B and C are there. Old ratio 3/4 for A, 1/4 for B, and for C old, there is no old ratio. Then calculation, what is there? 3/4 old ratio multiply by what are the remaining profit percentage, profit is there. So total remaining profit after sharing with C, remaining is 4/5, already we have calculated. So you have to multiply by 3/4 multiply by 4/5, total will be 12/20. Then in case of B, 1/4 old ratio multiply by remaining profit, that is 4/5 is equal to 4/20. C, for C 1/5. Here I have written 4/4. Why I have written 4/4? Just because of to balance it, balance of denomination. Earlier it is 20 for this one also, for balancing I have written multiplied by 4/4, so that's why it has become 4/20. Okay, so new ratio will be after that 12/20, 4/20 and 4/20. You have to take the average, like you have to reduce the value, like 12/20 it will become 3/5. How it will become 3/5? You have to divide it by, you have to divide by 4 from top and 4 from denominator, like 4 is to 4 3 is 12. Okay, so 3 will come, and for 20, 4 5 20. Okay, and the same way 4/20 means 4 divided by 20 means 1/5. 4/20 means 1/5. This is the new ratio. It is given 3/5, 1/5 and 1/5. Come back. See here, you can see here that this 3 ratio is given. Okay, 3/5, 1/5 and 1/5. This is the new ratio. In this ratio 1600 you have to distribute. You can do it. So for 3/5 of 1600 it will come 9960. For B it will come 320 and C 320. Okay, it is completed. Come to the capital account. In the capital account we will start from the credit side. You will prepare like that: A, B and C partner. C is your new partner, so like you will write credit side we will write first by balance brought down. Balance brought down from, you will brought this balance from where you will brought this balance from capital account. Capital account it is given 30,000 and 16,000 for A and B. You will write this 30,000 and 16,000. For C, no, nothing. But in the next you will write by bank. Under the by bank you can see here that 10,000 it is written. Why? Because in the question it is given C is bringing 10,000 rupees. Okay, so this is the 10,000 as his capital for the 5th share. Okay, come back. So that is the by bank rupees 10,000 rupees. Okay. See, next will be by bank 10,000 rupees, and come to the credit debit side. Okay, memorandum revaluation account. Before that, before coming to the credit side, there is nothing, only you have to transfer the balance. One time you will transfer that, like 1200 and 400 from memorandum first part to capital account, this one, this amount. It's not coming. Oh, this balance you have to write this one. This balance 1200 and 400 you will credit it by memorandum revaluation account 1200 and 400. Okay, then come to the debit side. You can see this amount. Actually, this is the problem. Okay, this amount, this one. Okay, 960, 320 and 320. Just bring here 960, 320 and 320, and you will write memorandum revaluation account. Then you will balance it. Total will be 31,200 for A. You have to subtract 960, so balance will be 30,240, and for B 16,080, and for C 9,680. Like that you do it. You have completed this. Then balance sheet. For balance sheet, as on 1st January 2009, cash at bank, here it is 32,500. Before that, go back and see in the question, it is written here cash at bank 22,500, but here they have written 32,500. From where this is the differences came? It is given similar that C pays 10,000. This 10,000 will be added in the cash at bank. 22,500 plus 10,000, total will become 32,500. Then bills receivable. Bills receivable 3,000 is given. Again it will come 3,000. Debtors 16,000 is given. It will come 16,000. Okay. There will nothing change. Okay. Stock, it is given 20,000. Here it will also come 20,000. Land and building 25,000 is given. Here it will come land and building 25,000. Fixtures 1,000 is given. Here it will also come 1,000 rupees. Okay. Come to the liability side. You can see here sundry creditors 41,500 given in the question. The same you have brought here, that is 41,500. Then capital. Now the capital, you will see, take these balances. This one, sorry, this balance 30,240, 16,680, 16,080, then 9,680. This balance you will take. Okay, then you will find the balances. See, earlier in the revaluation account, you have done the balance sheet, and you have upgraded the balance sheet after the revaluation. You have added in land and building, instead of 37,000 you have written 45,000. For remaining furniture it was, go back and check it, furnitures. Okay, it was earlier 5,000, but you have written 4,500. And investment, earlier it was 20,000, but you have written 24,300, because increasing you have made some changes. But here you are writing the same value whatever, except one cash. Why? Because the cash already 10,000 included, that's why you have to add, and remaining same value written. Instead, even you have decreased the value of stock, land and building, fixture, stock, and increase the value of land and building, and you have created debtors, but you have not written. Why? See, already we have reversed this entry, and whatever the changes made we have written here. So that's why the same value you have written, and you can read this line sometime. The partners may agree that the value of assets and liabilities are not to be altered, and in such a case, increase or decrease in the amount of assets and liabilities recorded in the memorandum revaluation account, but no corresponding entry is made in the assets and liabilities, and the balance of revaluation account is transferred to the old partners' capital in their old profit sharing ratio. So that's why you need not to create journal, only this journal you will create. Okay, and this is the thing. So thank you for listening me.